Trying to get me in the trap. Y'all don't get it, do you? Hurry up. Yeah. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here for this spaceship gangsters for life. Gangsters for life. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here. Gangsters for life. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. What we working with, dearly beloved, this different type of energy. I don't know what you're looking for or forward to, but once you come around me, you're around the track guy. I'ma seduce your mind, bring you to a higher level of understanding while in this trap. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. Through this trap God, me, Testimonies. I'm ready to teach and reach you. If I can't reach you, I'm bringing you to somebody who can. But I need to wake your ass up before you walk in the blindness. Who is this? The trap God. Oh, good. Testimony. Revolution shall be televised. I'm the trap guy. Yeah. It's not fake. It's not fake at all. Right here in the trap. Who are most racist, Republicans or Democrats? You're more racist. What's the word out? Just Tariq Nasheed, Tariq Radio, but his name is Tariq Nasheed, okay? He's one of the leaders in black media. Y'all hear a little rat dog out there. There's somebody with this little stinking fucking dog out there. So, FBA1, Foundation of Black America, okay? His name is Tariq Nasheed. YouTube. Now, I was going to do a video about, fugitives and their Oh, being occupied. We're fugitives in America, you know what I mean? We're being occupied in a country that doesn't respect, trust, or love us. Foundation of Black America. That means that we were born somewhere in 50 something or whatever, how many states we have, and they're running us off like they doing the Indians, and soon we'll be either extinct or locked up, or we'll be in just one state of America. They ran us out of Georgia by the numbers, and a lot of us don't realize it, but we have nobody in leadership. We are amongst the dying breed, and we're not dead. We're just of no power. The only power that we have is the power of the vote when they need us. And they know we're here. It's white supremacy now. We ain't faking the funk that the white supremacy exists. Uh, Either it's the right wing, real deep down the rabbit hole that talk shit to you, or the fake liberals. And then there ain't nothing worse in the world than a black male or female who's dark skinned, who's a gatekeeper, and will kill, die, and live a lie of being black, but acting white in America as the gatekeeper for the white man, for the white complexion that gets the pass by the cadence of their voice, by the movements that they want. And they will do it in a cunning way or they'll do it directly. But the most important thing, they do it in a way where, nigga, you should know better. And still here in 2025, when I go to work, the first day I went to work, I had a white woman call me a nigga to my face. I kicked her ass up out of there where she was at and she didn't belong before she got her little funky ass out there in that snow, because at that time it was cold as fuck and it was snowing a little bit, unusually in Texas. She snatched me. Shouldn't have touched me. I could have put these hands on her. And she grabbed me and she looked me dead in the eyes with a little raggedy ass. And she said to me, "Suck my pussy, you black nigga." But the ER, nigger. She called me that in broad daylight. Then the next day she came back screaming and hollering. She was raggedy, ridden, nasty looking, and begged me to give her immunity, if you will, to be able to walk past the threshold and get treatment. I thought, okay. Then I seen her husband. He was up getting treatment and he was down bad, you know? So it's karma on her ass. You know what I mean? But we ain't gonna fake the funk. They try to make it seem like that same situation I always tell y'all about. They can do it, but we can't. They can speak about it, but we're not allowed. They try to get people to hate on us and call us extremists and all kinds of different names as foundational black Americans, and we speak about the injustices that are happening to us. We're fear mongers in the wrong way. But their plan And these white folks now, they can't stand us as black people. And Tariq Nasheed, now we gonna listen to his motherfucking ass. You heard me? Now I don't always do shit about foundational black Americans because what it is that we already live it and know it, but our objective is to get reparations and compensation monetarily into our bank accounts right now, immediately for the atrocities and the unfair and injustices for us, from what has been done to our ancestors all the way up to us receiving more than all these setup programs. We don't need no motherfucking NAACP or Black Caucasus or Rainbow Coalitions. We need reparation, monetary funding, ASAP. If Trump's getting rid of everything, get rid of it. But we need some checks dropped into our accounts now. Yeah, I'll take $1 million right now. I'll take tax free right now. I'll take, don't worry about what the fuck we doing with our paychecks and our money when we get it. Uh-huh. You got enough money in them fucking banks that you can print money that we all as black people stop worrying about what we doing and what we gonna do. We just gonna give it right back to you, by the way. We ain't investing. We living for the day. A lot of us just gonna kill ourselves getting so fucked up every night. And the burial company is gonna make a lot of money off of us drinking and smoking and damn near killing ourselves with new money. And we should not be taxed. No way, no how, no shape, no form, and don't be following us around with our fucking money. You know what we're gonna buy, right? Sneakers, soul food. You know what I mean? We're gonna throw it all right back into your white economy. You're gonna be like, this is the best thing we ever did. Look at the motherfuckers. We gonna give it to the Chinese, the Russians, all them bodegas. We're gonna give it to the Uber drivers. We're gonna give it to cell phone companies. Shit, all the women gonna be getting their hair, nails done. We're gonna give it to all the Asians. Y'all think you're not thinking. Y'all thinking we gonna be investing. Okay, you think that? Okay. See, people who ain't never had nothing, they're gonna lose it. And we are supposed to live about 100 years old. Most of us gonna die from eating Popeye's chicken and all that black food, if you will, that has cholesterol in it. And I'm sorry to say this, but that ain't no stereotype. It ain't nothing like it in the world but being able to eat some fried fucking chicken or some grilling out on the grill, giving your money to the women and letting them do whatever they want while we sit back and get high on our own supply. And it's great. We got what are those? Weed spots everywhere that are legal now. Back in the day when we used to sell drugs, it was illegal. Now we got weed spots everywhere. We don't have to go underground. We just have a shitload of weed sitting on the table, pills and everything, liquor, all kinds of name brand liquor. We're gonna overdose. Don't worry about it. You gonna be pumping us the what you call that, the medical system. It's gonna make more money than it's ever made in its life. We niggas, we gonna do nigga things. We trapped in a mentality that's taught to us. The come up is whenever you white folks, you mayonnaise meth heads. Oh, my bad. Let me stop. I'm only joking. I'm just trolling. Get a sense of humor. It hurts that you all can be the only ones that can go around doing stereotypes in movies. Hey, Jack. Do all that bullshit on a real life stage, and a little nigga like me, he's sitting here in Texas talking some stupid shit. You want to come after me? Slow down. I'm just a trap guy. I'm working hard to get these motherfucking 1,000 damn subs and shit so I can be ad centered. Y'all fucking hate me. Look, what's up with the Papoose? Remy Ma drama. You know what's up with that. Shit, they grew apart. And I'm quite sure this nigga was down for loving her. And now he got him a bad bitch by the name of Clarissa Shields. And she's still over here angry as fuck. She's threw her little sex around. They haven't been having sex for years, and that usually starts it. But she was cheating on him, from what I understand, way before he found Clarissa Shields. And the sad part about it, which is the great part about it, is that he had to give up something to go through a drought before he got a come up. Now, I don't even really think he loved Clarissa Shields, but let him live his life. But I think he loved, in past tense, a sense and a form of who Remy Ma was until she betrayed him. Now, we can go tit for tat just like Diddy Cassidy. I can pull up some footage right now that Tish or whatever her name was. I'll pull her up in a minute. That she's been following Diddy and followed Cassie's story, that they were in love. I'm quite sure all of us can identify with somebody that was fresh and that we may have groomed them. You know what grooming is, honestly, when you see somebody with potential and you put your eyes on them and you want to work with them, and they do that in Washington, D.C. when you young in politics. They do it in Hollywood. They do it in all kinds of sports. They want the young to come up, and if they can last, because there's so many temptations out here and there's so many issues along the way, that the best of the best don't always make it unless they're guided in the proper way. But what's so disrespectful and really outrageous is that you find somebody who's out of the pool of so many, just like in boxing. There's so many that can be great. And for some unknown reason, some of the best end getting killed, or potential, contenders and prospects get killed, have some sort of a major setback. That's in the NFL, NBA, golf, all kinds of different sports, like horse racing, where they, anything. All of them don't make it. So you pull from a small pool of potentials, or like I said, prospects and contenders, and hopefully they make it through the long run to get to that big stage. This is the Trap God, KOD Testimonies. I ain't supposed to be serious. Y'all supposed to take me as nothing but a little crash ass dummy on YouTube. Talking shit. Trolling. This is a playground, right? It's what y'all like, right? A playground. It's a motherfucking playground. Till you hit the wrong rabbit hole. And then they say, ooh, he's a threat. You're saying something. I put it on everything. Trapping for life. What is black fatigue? This Tariq Nasheed. the movie Shiners. Nothing at all about the main objective. What's the main objective? For us to be compensated for the atrocities. That means that white folks brought us over here, cultivated us, trained us, beat us, enslaved us, free labor, and then some way, somehow, we lasted. A lot of us didn't run away from the plantations because we didn't know what to do with our lives. We had underground railroads, underground women. Who was that? What's that? Harriet Tubman whispering her ass off. It was inaccuracies in that movie, but anyway, let's get to the point. And we got to be able to see generation after generation getting freer and freer to the 60s when the civil rights movement, I'm jumping around, don't worry about me. Jim Crow, the civil rights movement, Black Panthers, all that shit, till we got to segregation, then integration, and then next you know, here we are living our life. The trap god I was born in the 70s, so I come from a mentality where the white man don't tell me shit. I grew up as a free nigga. I was rich. And I'm not boasting. At 13 years old, I was a millionaire. And that ain't no lie. I'm 56 fucking years old right now, sitting in the trap game. And you could live a life where you poor now, but you know your mentality is. I've already been around the 1%, but they were black. We had one woman, oh nasty, funky ass, lied, and it ruined the entire community. Now all the rest of these communities can come up without problems, but we as black people scattered everywhere. But if we ever came together, you all would be fucked up. Now remember, I'm in black media zone. This is the new black media zone, not that Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all that bullshit, Rainbow Coalition, all Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, who were supposedly our leaders at the time, were the closest ones to possibly being in the in the political world, if you will, to be president before Obama's chosen as. See, Obama went on the fast track, you know, and he wasn't even the real one they really wanted. But yeah, even Martin Luther King was slated to be in that doorstep to be president, if you will. And but that monumental achievement does not take on a president's that's real good because Obama's ass was nothing but a gatekeeper. And it was an atrocity to see a man sitting up there for 4 years, getting these companies right, capitalism right, and his fucking ass didn't do shit for black people. He was worse than a white person being there. I absolutely would have to say Jimmy Carter and Clinton, who else, were better presidents than, uh, well, I got reasons for say Clinton and his wife were not because of some things that they did, but we'll get into that another time. But they were better presidents than Obama. Only thing Obama did throughout the entire time of 8 years for black people or people of color, which is not a goddamn thing, did he do good? He gave us Obamacare. Who in the fuck wants to go and try to get medical attention and have to pay a monthly fee every year and then you end up not only not getting the right treatment, but you have to pay every year I'm so glad that Trump got rid of that shit, even though Trump can sit down and talk this bullshit with us. In a lot of ways, being broke is the best thing you could do. Don't try to get up in them upper echelons and you have to pay all that fucking money and worry about how to manage. You know, us black ass people. Well, let me stop. Here I go trolling. But most of us, and it's proven, don't know how to manage money correctly. hmm Talk about it now. P. Diddy's children decide they're not going to college. That's the smartest thing to do. Fuck that piece of paper. Because it ain't going to do nothing for you. It wasn't really what getting a college degree was really about. Is, yeah, helping you learn something after your 20s, going into a structured environment, being able to be sociable. Hopefully, you find a wife or a husband, and you get out here and you network and you get a degree that you can come out in the companies and they say, oh, well, you got that paper. Okay, you finished something, but here's what we going to do. We're going to train you for what we want to train you for. So you could have, it was a scam at the end of the day, helping all the institutions out here with loan sharks, and they were manipulating us, making us in debt before we even got a chance. I'm glad I got an alma mater. I'm Norfolk State University. Before it became accredited to be inside of, if you will, the uh, I forgot, it's kind of like in the looked at as a real university. You see what I'm saying? I know what I want to say, but fuck it, I ain't worrying about it. Let's move forward. But yeah, now Mike Vick, who has changed himself around, is the alma mater. I mean, excuse me, what I'm saying, is the head football coach of the Norfolk State University Spartans. Go Spartans. So if he can make monumental uh, leeway to get them to being able to win a championship, oh man, that would be great. He'd be like Deion Sanders trying to make it happen. But anyway, so I'm getting thrown off. Let's stay focused and get back to black media. See, I got motherfuckers around me right now that's listening to my voice. They know when they hear a God speak. And they entrenched into sneak ear hustle and listen to me. They really want my bigger in their mouth. Bigger in their mouth. So, yeah, let me get to this trap shit. I know y'all love to hear me rap. If you follow me, I be spitting and spitting and spitting these bars. Nigga, I was so fucking out in the streets. But yeah, so Tariq Nasheed, he often comes to Dallas. He's down there or wherever. He's over there in California. And, you know, I would love to see him. I mean, he's better than Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith ain't even no historian. All he is basically a top heavy communicator about issues. He needs to just stick to sports and stop talking about. He really is a detriment to black men and will do anything for. He'll be a great conservative. He'll be a great Republican gatekeeper and ass kisser, but he's not what we need as a real person to take shit. You imagine him being in the White House hollering and screaming? Hell no. Miss me with that. So I'm trying to get to his latest video. He's got one up right now. Why real life vampires target bloodsuckers, right? Uh, Where's his recent video? Recent upload. Recently upload. I mean, it should be one that he uploaded today. Where's it live at? Like, he should be live right now. Yeah, let's go back. Watch. Okay. Um, you already know why he's being hated on, because he's black. They're going to answer. Look, Trump's NBC executive, HBCU executive order. That's historically black college universities. That's 1 month ago. Well, I could play any one of these and it's going to give you that energy. There's a certain type of dynamic when you listen to him that is seducing you, and your mind falls into a web of being trapped with him trolling Africans all the time, real Africans, like tribals, because they're all in tribes. I was riding with an Uber rider the other day. As soon as I started talking to when I was speaking to him, I was talking about the president of South Africa being sitting there speaking with Trump, and he was showing all the atrocities with the white folks over in Africa, their foreigners, and they were being brought over here to America already. They was already here or on the way, because white folks gonna protect their own, especially when he got his daughter in his ear saying, "Hey, Dad, hey, Dad." Trump, I'll sign off on that. I don't give a shit. Go get him. And he's doing the same thing as when they had the floodgates open for the Mexicans to come in over the border. What's the fucking difference, man? But they sit and watch that MSNBC, that Fox News shit, and they think that that's the historical perspective, and it's not. You need to look deeper into what the fuck is going on. What is this shit? I can't believe I can't bring up his most recent video. He got one on now. He just alerted me. That's what I'm trying to pull up, but I can't pull it up. So we're gonna have to get to me rapping and trapping. I don't know what the fuck. Let me see. Here we go. I guess this is it.
When this happens, nothing happens. Doctors. It's impossible to be everywhere at once. Until now.
What the hell? There we go. Anywho. I'm not sure. Anyways.
Is this it?
What is he clipping here? What did Jordan? At first, when I started watching this clip, I was like, "This seems like something Christina Leona did." And no, it's Jordan Conderson. I'm like, "What? Why did you did a 5-minute clip?" Anyway,
it's not him. Let's go. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Trap Bill Yeah.
Man, listen, we need to break down the rules, the unwritten rules of white supremacy.
There we go.
Because we got to understand that. We got to understand the unwritten rules of white supremacy. Because the dominant society, they got their power and they maintain their power almost through osmosis. They get on the same page without having to overtly verbalize it. They just know how to get on the same page automatically. What are some of the unwritten rules of white supremacy? Some of the codes that they have that they don't tell you about? Well, the number one is basically never admit that the system exists. That's the first rule of white supremacy. Deny that it exists, even though they used to be loud and proud about it. They used to be extremely loud and proud about white supremacy. They wrote it in books. They would walk around with signs talking about white supremacy. They would put it in laws. They were very loud and proud about white supremacy. And right after 1965, they had to tone down on that. They had to, let's pull back and let's try a new way. We have to refine white supremacy. The new refinement stage of white supremacy is what white supremacy? It don't exist. So everything that happens to you Negroes, that's just your own fault. Because if you admit the system exists, that means you risk exposing it and dismantling it. And then you're going to lose all those privileges and goodies. Ain't that right, Mayo Monica? Mayo Monica calls up sounding dumb for a reason. She knows she gets goodies and benefits and privileges. She knows that. Mm-hmm. The other rule is you got to protect whiteness at all costs. White identity is treated sacred and fragile. It has to get immediate defense. Yeah. You can't critique it. No attacks or nothing. Yeah. So you got to protect whiteness at all costs.
Oh, yeah.
And it's loyalty to other whites over truth. Nothing is about the truth. White people are expected to support other white people even when they are clearly in the wrong. You see? Mm-hmm. We see it with law enforcement a lot, but it ain't just law enforcement. Law enforcement, they cover for each other's misconduct, that whole blue wall of silence.
Oh, yeah.
It extends way beyond law enforcement. It's the white wall of silence.
Oh, yeah.
All of white society, basically, for the most part, got together, for example, with the Kyle Rittenhouse farce. They all got together and let that train wreck play itself out on the international stage. That just made them lose so much credibility. This person faking a cry on the stand, the judge sitting up here just throwing all rules of law to the dirt. They're just bending over backwards to protect this idiot.
Hold on.
The media was protecting him. They all get together and protect this dude.
Hold on. YouTube, this is fair use. Fair use. This has already been paid for, already been utilized. It's out here in the algorithm utilization, so you can't copyright me or strike me for this. This is fair use. If this man share, like, subscribe, he's getting paid from it, for it, compensating. I'm not stealing. I'm utilizing this and using it as a teaching method and moment. Every single 5 minutes, 20 seconds of it is fair use.
Kyle Rittenhouse throwing up white supremacist hand signs. They're all acting like they didn't see that. Yeah, it's like a little code of silence they got. It's like that. That's an unspoken agreement that they don't openly talk about racism, especially when you're around non-white people.
Talk about it.
Like when you're at work, your white coworkers, they don't say nothing when another white employee makes a racist joke instead of confronting it. They just kind of go along with it.
Don't ever go out and drink with
We got to really understand those rules.
Yeah, hold on. After 3 beers, you go out and drink with a person who's white, they're going to start calling you racist slurs and racist jokes. They can't wait, man. They've been holding that shit back and holding it in. They want to see, is it too soon? Am I allowed to say this? Really, they have it where they just pigeonhole you and you can get over that shit and still work with them. Then you cool. If you can't, they're going to get you to say, they're going to get you to go off on them or not be friends with them, and they're going to get you to remove yourself because you're going to snap. But it's already been in them to target you. They can't wait. It's already in them now. They're online right now down the rabbit hole somewhere in some hidden room behind some fake profile putting up comments, talking shit. See, I'm live out here. I'm Xerox. I'm transparent. I'm live full effect. You know who I am. I'm not using no aliases except when I go into my, character of the trap god, the rap god. I'm simply the best. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm in the streets for life. Nigga, nigga, hard. I'm balling, out of control. Looking for the stage, please. Who's this trap MC? Kod Testimonies. Balling, shot calling. All that right there is in a box. I'm not trying to go outside that box. In every rap, my whole situation is getting out the streets to the stage and rapping and feeding audience love. I'm speaking about the same thing over. I've been doing this shit for almost 20 years? Talking the same shit? From when I got off the plane from Louisiana, Southwest Airlines brought me over here. So when I got on that damn TV, all the way living in the Reunion Arena, going from Dallas to Irving to Fort Worth, if you will, to Haltom City, and I'm all the way over here and where I'm at. And I've traveled north, east, west, and south, all over every single building, damn near in Texas, north, east, west, and south, from Alliance to all the way out there in Azalea, whatever you want to call that shit over there, to Dallas, to over here where I'm at now. I done been everywhere. Every single where you can go in 50-mile radius here in Texas. In every state I've ever gone in and been in. From Virginia, Louisiana, I'm going backwards. Or Louisiana, Virginia, New York, Ohio, majorly, them states, if you will, every single where you go. In the Metroplex, in the what is it, the Central Business District, CBD, with commerce and job stability, whatever. I ain't got the words. Fuck it, I ain't. Anyway, let's get back to this bullshit. Why is that damn dog barking? He loves me or hates my voice. Why is that? Lonely ass.
Rule is white victimhood it always has to be centered.
5 curve sensing blades that follow every part of your body, even your knee. Chic Hydro Silk.
We don't do this all the time.
When a white person is the aggressor, the narrative has to shift so that they appear to be the real victims.
Right.
Going back, Kyle Rittenhouse, he was the aggressor. This man went across the state with a gun to target people, and then he turned around, oops, self-defense, oh, my life was in jeopardy. George Zimmerman, same thing. Oh, my life was in jeopardy. After he went and attacked the kid.
Well, that's somebody else's dog.
So white victimhood has to be centered, always got to be centered. Black excellence, on the other hand, it must always be contained. See, black talent is only celebrated when it reinforces white power structures and stay within safe boundaries.
Speak about it, brother.
For example, Colin Kaepernick, nobody had a problem with Colin Kaepernick. He was a good player. The minute he used his notoriety and his excellence to bring attention to what was happening to black people in America and did a peaceful kneel in protest, oh, no. They had to blackball him from the league.
There we go.
They blackballed him from the league.
How many times? Hold on. How many times must we as black people show examples of the unfairness and the mistreatment of us as black people? How many times do we have to demonstrate this? Do you know how many niggas or whatever you want to call it have died so we can be able to voice our opinion about this unfairness? And not a motherfucking thing happens. I really need to stop using this man's shit and let y'all realize that it falls upon deaf ears. This Tariq Nasheed, you all can listen to the rest of this video your damn self. And he's gonna keep on luring you in. But they call him a black extremist, if you will. And what's wrong? You know, he's a black extremist. What's Fox News do all day? They're fear mongers. What's the difference? Nothing. Both of them are in paranoia states of mentalities, and all of us are shut down with psychosis. Our psychosis is the fear of others that are outside of our identity taking a leadership when it comes to superiority. But see, white supremacy is of no fairness whatsoever. It humbles itself for nothing. It doesn't call itself white supremacy. Supremacy is a healthy word. But when you put a color behind it or in front of it, it's dangerous. Turns to something that is totally different in terms of a spectacle of rage, demon behavior. And to be able to be in leadership and life with that, other whole animal within inside of itself. I'm the trap guy, bitch.
Now, there's white players who have done all types of shit. They don't let all them.
Talk about it.
Because another one of the rules of white supremacy is that you reward safe, quote unquote, black people, and then you punish the outspoken black people.
Come on, talk about it.
Black people who don't really challenge white authority, they're praised to a certain degree.
That's some deep shit.
Those who speak out against it, you're smeared, you're silenced.
Come on.
And they definitely try to reward the black folks who will throw other black folks under the bus. We have a lot of that performative Samboism, you know, the Candace Owens stuff.
Candace Owens, a good one.
And just the fact that they have an industry where people can make money in black society by trashing other blacks, that shows how pervasive the system of white supremacy is.
Talk about it.
Another one of their unwritten rules is that they weaponize the legal system selectively. See, the laws are applied differently depending on race, and we've been seeing that unfold.
Right.
We've been seeing that unfold left and right. Now, with Kyle Rittenhouse, going back to self-defense, Kyle Rittenhouse can go run down people, and when they retaliate against him, he can shoot them, and they say, oops, well, that's self-defense.
Talk about it.
Our good brother Carmelo Anthony sitting there minding his business. A couple of suspected white supremacists run up on him, put their hands on him. He neutralizes the threat. Now people want to cry foul.
Right.
You see? They want to cry foul.
How deep can it get?
And play little games with the judicial system.
Speak about it.
But family, we saw a situation down there in Mississippi. I put up the video the other day of this white supremacist went into a park up in Mississippi, northern Mississippi, not too far from Memphis. And he was in there calling people the N-word, and they stomped his ears together. And I just saw another video, because a lot of the white supremacists was like, well, why are you doing it? It's just words. You're going to get violent over words. But here's the thing. There's another video that came out of the owner had video from inside. And inside, the white supremacist guy, he was there, and I think he was there with another white guy. The other white guy disappeared. But the drunk white supremacist was in there dancing and acting a fool. Then he started arguing with the security and just calling them the N-word, just yelling the N-word.
Talk about it.
The white supremacist male left. Then he came back and then pushed the security guard. He pushed the black guard. He was calling him the N-word. Then he put his hands on him. stomped his damn ears together. As they should. Alright, that's when they stomped him out. But even when it was, the guy was just making racial epithets, a lot of the white supremacists was like, well, it's just words. Why should you get violent over words? Good question, because y'all got violent over words with Jordan Neely. When Jordan Neely was on the train saying words, Daniel Penny came up from behind and choked him to death, and y'all said that was okay. So according to you white supremacists, words can lead to a physical altercation that's justified, right? Let me get Mayo Monica in here. Let me see if she agrees with me. Let me get a white voice. Mayo Monica, am I speaking truth to power, dear? Mayo Monica? Unmute your microphone, dear. Mayo Monica, where you at?
Why you waiting?
Oh, I'm here. I just thought you were going to talk to me.
Yeah, I'm talking to you now. So, yeah, do you agree? Because you were saying that we're causing white people to get beat up and all of that. So, y'all like to say that words shouldn't lead to violence, but you guys will find when Jordan Neely used words and there was violence and he got killed. Y'all were cool with that.
Oh no, I didn't say that white people are not. If you're saying something stupid in a situation where you're going to get fucking ass beat, that's, free speech has consequences. So, no, I'm not saying that people can say whatever they want, wherever they want. You better protect yourself.
But you were complaining, though, the other day and today, saying that we are making white people get beat up. And what do you
mean? I said y'all are making people get beat up?
Yeah, remember when you said that?
Okay, because of your music? Is that what I said?
No, okay, you're so drunk, you don't even know what you're saying. You're just saying stuff and not realizing.
Okay, explain what you're talking about, because I never said that your speech is...
Hold on, let me, they like to play dumb till they drink. It is, man. Sex, nigga. This is where we at, foundation of black America. I'm talking about black media right now, you know what I mean? We're so dysfunctional with inside of our own group that we can do better, but quite often we don't do better because a lot of us like the way things are because we're too fucking lazy to come together for the long run. And you got certain ones of us that know it's true. This right here is where I need to stop and just get in my realm, because you arguing with somebody who's ready to play games, Tariq. That's what he's doing right now. This woman ain't serious. She ain't even a factor. She's not on, she has no power. All she has is stupidity. He's talking about shit that they didn't already discussed, and she's playing dumb. Let's see what's going on.
You're getting beat up.
You kind of did. You were on yesterday.
Unless you're being hateful.
You were on yesterday saying that we are
being hateful towards white people.
You were saying that we were getting white people beat up. And I'm like, how?
Okay, well, you being hateful towards white people.
No.
Are you being racist?
No.
What do you mean? You're not being racist.
No, she's drunk and high and confused. So it just completely, I can't. It's like she's too high and too damn confused.
Hold on, let me get to this shit. Wow. I'll do a video on it. The delusional states of women's mind. Actually, I should write that down because women are so detached from reality that they're in a fucking fantasy about that. When you finally help them realize, they're so wrapped up in spiritual demonicness that I need to do a video. I will really go in. See, I don't like to be abusive towards women, but sometimes I need to put a foot in their ass for the dumb shit that they do. Boy, if you hear me talk about this motherfucker, how these tricks are out in these streets, you really would be like, God dang, do you hate women? You know how detached they are from reality when it comes to this bullshit. They they catch on and what's up, it's like they're being focused, but they still in delusional set because they always used to wiggle their way out. And when you trap them, instead of them taking ownership of their selective memory and their bullshit, that it's like it already happened. I physically have you in bondage, but your mind is still in layers of bullshit. We'll get into that one day when you really want to hear from the trap basket. I'm saving this for when I get monetized and I'm able to have what do they call that? Patreon, when you guys give me a little money for my extra talk. Anyways, let's get to it.
She just be saying shit, okay? Because she called the other day talking about it. We're getting white people beat up by showing these videos.
Now she don't want to step to the plate.
No, if you run around yelling the N-word, shit's gonna happen.
Right. I'm drinking soda.
That's exactly dumb. She ain't that dumb. She know what I'm talking about. She ain't that damn dumb. She's plain dumb. That's another thing. That's another code of white supremacy. Play dumb. Act like you don't know nothing.
Thank you.
Act like you can't comprehend something.
Speak
in order to maintain the system. The play dumb tactic.
Woo!
They're very good at that.
Woo! You heating up.
He died of fentanyl. Yeah, it wasn't Joe. That's the playing dumb. Trump was playing dumb the other day, talking about this white genocide in South Africa. There's white people are getting killed by genocide. I've seen the videos of white getting. He's playing dumb. He knows no damn genocide over there. Playing dumb in order to justify your aggressive actions.
Yeah.
Were you born between 1981 and 1990? If so, here's some exciting news. You could get a 700 playing dumb in order to justify your aggressive actions. Yeah? But the thing is,
why was it going to be so
another written rule of white supremacy is
so fucked up?
Cultural appropriation of us. That's acceptable, but cultural credit is not. You're always supposed to appropriate our culture. You're supposed to take things from black culture.
Yeah, steal.
Anything in black culture, you steal it, commodify it.
Right.
You celebrate it without crediting the black creators.
Exactly.
You always take our stuff, and when you take it and then start laying claim to it, you're never supposed to give credit to where credit is due. That's a major thing.
My thing is that I hate the most is that we're sitting here teaching the foolish. Really what we're doing is trying to speak to the youth. And the ones that are down with white supremacy have already studied us. So everything what we really speak about, those who are advocates and leaders of change and try to consistently and constantly change the playbook, we're fighting against a unwritten rule of play dumb, of course. And we're wasting so much time. We're wasting human lives. Because I don't know what's more dangerous. Looking at a black person in their eyes who thinks they're white and they're delusional until they get their black wake-up call. Or real redneck white folks hiding behind white supremacy who love you and don't show their colors. I don't know what's more dangerous. But as the pendulum swings back and forth, I ain't supposed to talk about shit like this. I'm supposed to be spitting these fucking bars. I can't wait to. Let me give you a little bit more.
And white rage, that's another rule. White rage is justified. Black anger is always criminalized. White people expressing outrage, that's seen as passionate or misunderstood. Now, black people, we express anger, or you're aggressive, you're violent. Yeah?
Speak
It's like
about it.
January 6th rioters. They're like protesters, patriots. These guys are all walking around free now. But black folks just standing in the street saying, hey, man, don't shoot. Oh, God, these thugs, domestic terrorists. Thugs, domestic terrorists. Oh,
Speak
God,
about it.
insurrection. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the little unwritten rules they have. And one of the rules is to keep white institutions at the top. You always keep white institutions white at the top. Even in diverse fields, decision-making power and ownership has to be kept predominantly white. Yeah? So there always has to be somebody white at the top.
Always.
In the corporate section.
Come on,
major
now.
record labels, television, there's always a higher up who's white that you got to answer to.
Exactly.
Yeah? And also another unwritten rule is silence. Silence is better than accountability. See, when white institutions and white individuals are called out for their racism, they got to avoid taking real responsibility. I get on these white supremacists every day. They don't take responsibility for nothing. It's everybody else's fault. Everybody made them racist. Everybody made them enslaved people. When you say, hey, man, you guys all this white supremacy. It ain't no white supremacy, dude. It's Jewish supremacy. The Jews made us do it, dude.
Yeah.
The Hebrews. It was the Hebrews. It was the African tribesmen who made me do it, dude. Everybody made you do it. It was the Illuminati. It was the aliens. They don't take responsibility. They just play dumb and don't take responsibility for nothing. Unless they can steal it. Now, if you steal something, oh yeah, we did it. We're the real Egyptians. The real Egyptians were white, dude. Yeah. You see. But the thing is, deny historical accountability. They gotta rewrite historic truths to avoid accountability for their.
For the racism, right? Now, historical. When we say historical, we in the history. They don't fuck around with history. I mean, they know it, but they play it like everything is all about up in your face lies that they want you to believe. History's out the books. They take and look at history as white noise. They don't even care about that. You don't even have to speak about the depths of history. The real historians on every level in life, even politics, know that behind the closed curtains there are rules and there's written rules. But just like with any area in life, if we can use the fundamentals to get across to the layman, because most people are delusional, like I always speak, and lost, and don't give a shit about what we talking about over here. We race raiders, if you will. We're separate, and gentrification, and we shall overcome, and mixed breeding, and coexisting, and all the shit that love and different races mixing together is what is making us as Americans stronger until some shit happens. And all the groups go running together to protect their own. And the black folks out here like scrambling. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Because we so used to clinging on to other people that we don't even have our self-identity in a safe haven for all of us to come together. We too busy killing each other. Talk about it.
Racist actions. That's why they're always trying to change the school curriculum. They got to remove the word slavery, and they do little shit with it. It ain't slavery, it's involuntary relocation. And speaking of slavery, There was an area out there in Washington, D.C., and slavery was in D.C., by the way. There's a house that was on a slave property.
Talk about
out there. What's the name of that place? What is the name of that place out there? That plantation in D.C., that plantation area. There was a little area over there.
Well, while you think about that, while he thinks about that, y'all can listen to the rest of the video on your own. Because the Trap God, of course, that's Tariq Nasheed. He's got more savory yourself. For the Trap, I got spit some bars before I get off of here and get on to something else. You know YouTube's gonna block my shit. You know they will. I ain't gonna worry about it. Don't say some dumb shit. I bring it to your attention. I take heed for I try to mention. See, the block is so hot because we out here doing what we gotta do to survive. Every single day as that motherfucking clock moves right around. I'm in the block so deep, getting this shit, man. Through my fuck street, then I'm sitting back, dog. Wish I wasn't out here, yeah, but I'm out here getting it for the face, y'all. Who is this? The Trap God, the Rap God, they cultivated us about us over here. Who is this? It's the Trap God, it's the Rap God, it's the best up on the microphone, and I'm going so hard. I've been out here in the game doing this for fucking I'm chasing on my shadow when I'm looking at the deep streets, pocket so deep, and I'm so unique. I'm the Trap guy. Woo, 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 woo. I'm the Rap guy. Damn, I gotta give you 10 commandments, not demanded. With my fucking right side. Yo, this black media, black social media, stand up. Where's our God in flesh? Is Jesus walked this earth? God, help me. Please, I've been banging on the door and kicking on the door and I want more. But they hate me cause I'm rapping and they hate me cause I'm trapping. And that pilot people try to trap me. Everywhere I go, everything I do, people hate me, cause I'm just down for principle, understanding, historical perspective, and they won't even plan the right road to victory, keep us in stitches, keeping us in lockers up, and they don't really give a fuck about a black nigga, white girl, a black woman out here with the excellence, but they say I'm nothing but one way in, man. This is what I'm winning with. Trying to figure it out, man. Damn, I'm a block shot caller in the game. KOD, Testimonies is my brother. I can name I'm just looking for the stage. Yo, this is White Rage that's doing this. Looking for the stage. Who is this that speaks with his voice? It's KOD. Testimony. Keep us in the trap, give it what you need, yeah. You gon' keep on coming back to me with the rap, the trap, the KOD mode, the testimony. The angels won't let me in, yeah. God, please help me to the end. All the celebration, all these fake holidays, standing in this country that don't give a shit about us. Yo, we foundational black Americans, and we built this motherfucker, you heard me? In the trap street. Let me get off here, man. Y'all hate me so much because I'm black.